Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So, in this episode, I will give you the buyer's guide for the Cannondale Supersix Evo Hi-Mod 2 road bike. And at the end, I will tell you should you just go ahead and buy it, or should you just consider this bike. So, let's first answer the question, who is this bike for? So you see, this is the latest iteration of Cannondale Supersix Evo bike. And specifically, this bike is all about aerodynamically optimized road bike. So if you are in the market for kind of a lightweight, but also aerodynamically optimized bike, so going as fast as possible in a straight line, minimizing your drag, then definitely you should consider this bike. As you look at the frame set on this bike and the fork, you see that everything is aerodynamically optimized. Also, you have, deep wheels, and also, the handlebar and the stem, seat post, everything is optimized for the minimum drag. When it comes to the retail price, it is $8,300 US, so definitely, a bit of the eye-watering price. But then again, when you look at the competition for this bike, from the companies like Specialized or Trek, definitely the prices are on these levels of 8, 9, 10,000 US dollars. When it comes to the paint scheme on this bike, there's two paint schemes to choose from. One is this very classical matte black, totally blacked out bike, and then they have this beautiful, in my opinion, Sonic blue, a classic combination of black blue with a hint of kind of red orange paint scheme. This is a beautiful paint scheme, and again, it is okay that Cannondale offers two paint schemes for this bike. Again, considering retail price of 8,300 US dollars, would be nice to add at least one more paint scheme for this bike. Now, let's dive into the specifications of this bike, and we can really see what are you going to get for your hard-earned money. As always, we can kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So you see the frame is the Hi-Mod carbon fiber frame with 12mm true axles front and the back. It has a threaded bottom bracket, so BSA 68mm threaded bottom bracket, and also flat mount disc brakes both front and the back. I will mention here that this Hi-Mod carbon fiber frame comes with a lifetime warranty from Cannondale, and also Hi-Mod is the second tier, the second best quality carbon fiber frames that Cannondale can do. Only Lab 71 carbon fiber frames sit above this level, but then we are speaking about the prices, for the full bike of more than 10,000 US dollars. So definitely superb carbon fiber frame, and the same story is for the fork. It is a Hi-Mod carbon fiber fork, high modulus carbon fiber fork with a 12mm true axle. And again, superb, no complaints here when it comes to the frames and the forks from Cannondale on this Hi-Mod level. So top-notch marks here, in my opinion. Now let's look at the drivetrain. So what do you get? When it comes to the drivetrain, you are getting a Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set. So this is a 12-speed group set, latest, greatest Ultegra group set, and shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything is Shimano Ultegra Di2, so no cutting corners. Also chain, Shimano's Ultegra 12-speed chain, and the cassette, Shimano Ultegra cassette. In this case, 1130 cassette at the back, and you have the crankset, which is also Shimano's Ultegra crankset, 5236. So just by looking at this cassette, 1130, with the combination of 5236 chain rings, you can immediately see that this bike is designed to go as fast as possible in a straight line. If you are climbing some steeper mountains, you might want to change this rear cassette to something like 1132, 1134 cassette. And as I was saying, the bottom bracket is a very nice threaded BSA 68mm bottom bracket. Easy to service. Your local mechanics will definitely love you. When it comes to the braking system, you will get the Shimano's Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. And now here they are using the MT800 braking rotors, superb braking rotors. These are the braking rotors from the Shimano's mountain bike range, and 160 millimeters at the front and 140 millimeters at the back. You know my opinion about these tiny 140 millimeter braking rotors. I really don't know why manufacturers are putting them on the bikes. So once when you destroy this 140 millimeter rotor, just buy yourself a 160 millimeter rotor. You're gonna have so much more, braking power and heat dissipation than this tiny 140 millimeter braking rotor. I can understand that these tiny braking rotors can be used by professionals because they want everything, super light, and definitely their bike handling skills are superb. Okay, let's talk about the wheel set on the bike because it's definitely one of the secret sauces. So here we have the Cannondale's own hologram RSL50 carbon fiber wheel set. It is definitely a stunning piece of engineering, this wheel set. If you would buy it on the open market, you would pay $2,400 for the pair. It is a carbon fiber wheel set, 50 millimeters rim depth, 21 millimeters internally, 32 millimeters externally. This wheel set is using basically DT Swiss Aerolite spokes, and also the hubs on the wheel set, the hologram hubs, but the rear hub is based on the DT Swiss 240 hubs, which are absolutely superb and excellent hubs, and the whole wheel set comes in 1,520 grams total weight. In my opinion, absolutely there's no complaints here about this wheel set. It is a superb carbon fiber wheel set from Cannondale, and again, with 50 millimeters deep wheel set, you immediately see everything is designed as to go as fast as possible in a straight line. Of course, this wheel set can be turned into a tubeless wheel set. Probably it already comes tubeless ready, but just double check with the Cannondale dealership. Do they already prepare it tubeless ready, or you have to, get your own tubeless tape and the tubeless valves? And this is a classical hookless design of the wheel set, so nothing special in this. Sorry, not the hookless design, hooked design on this wheel set, so nothing special in that front. I have to mention here, when you look at the tires that they are using a superb Continental Grand Prix 5000 tires here. These are 25 millimeter tires. Probably they've done some calculations and thinking it's best for aerodynamics, but again, I would advise you in the future, when you destroy these tires, buy yourself a nice pair of, again, Continental GP 5000 tires, but probably 28 millimeters wide. You will just have so much more air volume and a smooth bike ride. When you look at some of the smaller components, for example, seat post and the saddle, so seat post, a classical aerodynamically optimized carbon fiber seat post from Cannondale, again, superb stuff, no complaints. Saddle, Pro Logo Dimension saddle, again, superb saddle in my opinion. If you don't like it, easy to replace. And now the handlebar and the stem. The handlebar is a carbon fiber handlebar from Vision, aerodynamically optimized again, and the stem is an aluminum stem from Cannondale. So I'm glad here that handlebar and the stem are separate piece. So again, you can easily adjust your position on the bike. And I will mention here that in the future, if you really want, you can upgrade your stem to be a carbon fiber. But again, I wouldn't bother so much. It's totally fine that the handlebar is a carbon fiber piece and the stem is just the classical aluminum piece. Cannondale doesn't give any bike weights here, but again, for this level of the aerodynamically optimized bike in some kind of size 56, I would probably expect it to be maybe around 7.6, 7.8 kilograms out of the box. Again, the point of this aerodynamically optimized bikes is not so much about being lightweight. It's all about, going as fast as possible in a straight line and minimizing your drag. So all in, when you consider all the components on this bike and the retail price of $8,300, what is my advice to you? Well, I can definitely say that if you are in the market for this type of the aero road bike and you can afford this $8,300, then definitely go ahead and buy this Cannondale Supersix Evo Hi-Mod 2 bike. I still believe that with this latest iteration of Cannondale Supersix Evo bikes, from the basic version to the Hi-Mod version, Cannondale has done a really good job in pricing them, and they are very competitively priced for the level of the equipment and the quality of the carbon fiber frames. So definitely, you got my seal of approval. Go ahead and just buy this bike. Okay, this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!